Good morning, NASNPRO members, beauties, warriors, and rock stars. I am so excited to be joining you today because I have a couple of exciting guests. But first, I wanted to remind you of all the things that we will be doing at our Arizona event. We have some new vendors, new sponsors that I'm really excited for you to meet. La Flor Probiotic Skincare is going to be there. And then also a new device, which you've seen. We gave a facial a couple weeks ago to my lovely daughter on air, Jennifer Crable from EpiStep. And guess what? They're giving away this device in Arizona. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, make certain that you do, because just a secret between you and me, we've released our 2022 dates, and Arizona's not on the docket for next year. I know, I know. That's, but when we're choosing places, I mean, if it was up to me, I would go to every state, every city, but that's just not possible. So we're trying to reach all of our members. Our membership has grown to over 31,000. So you can imagine how many estheticians and spa owners out there are like, come here, come to Washington, come to San Diego, come to Virginia Beach. Yes, Virginia Beach is on the docket for 2022. So if you're in the Arizona area, Arizona, that means Sedona, Tucson, even if you're in California and you want to take the drive, come on over, because it is going to be a phenomenal weekend with Cheryl Goodheim, who's our host. She has over 40 years experience as a esthetician, cosmetologist, spa owner. Then Michael Tompkins, he has been involved with iSpa. He's an incredible consultant. He works with Hutchinson Consultant and helps people find jobs. Find jobs? Oh my goodness, he might be someone you want to connect with at the Phoenix Monday, October 18th. And his presentation, The Power Within You, he rocked our Atlanta event. It was just life changing what he presented. Then Stephanie Holvik is going to be talking about detecting melanoma in the treatment room. Now, we're not doctors, we don't diagnose, but we still need to know. And she has some excellent tips. And as a registered nurse, you need to see this presentation. Then, cosmetic formulator, Dr. Laconda. His information on ingredients and formulations is excellent. I mean, and he just has so much information that you are going to want to definitely take notes and be at the NASNPRO event in Arizona. But wait, we have one more person, and she's with us today. And I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to Tasha Chen. If you don't know who she is, I want to bring her on so that you can get to know her like I have. Hey, Tasha, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. First of all, 31,000.
Yes.
Wow.
And you would never know it when you go to our meetings, because they're intimate, so that we can really, it's more about empowering one another, not having this football stadium event. We really want to get to know the heartbeat of our members. And 31,000, it's, we have members in England, Australia, New Zealand, so it's worldwide. But again, I mean, we started this and we're just like the little engine that just keeps on chugging away and, giving away things and imparting information and education and knowledge and helping people. So it's exciting to see our growth.
I love it. And I was at one of your events in January in Fort Lauderdale. And that's what I'm thinking. When you said 31,000, I remember that event. And I was like, you would never guess, because I got to meet so many people and have incredible conversations. So kudos to you guys for,
Thank you.
the
For
work
the
that you
entire
do.
team. So Tasha,
Yes.
if I didn't know who you were, how do you introduce yourself? Are you like instead of a rainmaker, are you like a money maker? Like, what do you say about yourself?
There we go. The money dress, right?
Yes.
Wow. I would say I really am a change maker when it comes to showing people that money doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It literally, I mean, the best way to say it is we are all deserving of financial abundance. And I love, 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 love to show people how to get theirs, right? Because we all deserve an overwhelming amount of abundance. It's just, well, how do I get mine? So that's me. I love doing that.
Now, is it through accounting? I mean, are you a bookkeeper? Like, what,
Yeah.
or are you showing, magical formulations, crystal balls? Like, how do you do this?
Oh my gosh, I love it. When you said that, I was like, accounting. Ooh, that sounds like math.
Right, right.
And while, I mean, so let me put this in context. In the time that I've been showing people how to do this, people have created millions, well over 47 million we've documented. And I am not a math expert. I don't know how to use calculators or spreadsheets. But what I have found on my own personal journey is that we have this incredible superpower here within each and every one of us, that when we really know how to tap into it, we can create really all of our heart's desires. My focus is to show you how to use this so that you're doing the thing that you love and you're tapping into something that you already have. So it's no more effort, it's no more work, it's not complicated, it's really easy, and you get to experience financial abundance.
Awesome. Now, you actually have a background in the spa and salon industry, don't you?
Yes, I do. So I started my entrepreneurial journey, wow, a long time ago. I know I look like 10, but a long time ago, I bought a hair salon franchise from Regis and opened up in the town that I live. I grew it to 4 salons, 7 figures, and just really that started my entrepreneurial journey. And so I have some experience. I do like to say, because Denise, one of the things that happens is people go, oh wow, you had a hair salon, and then they're like, oh, you must know how to do hair, and then I go, no.
Mm,
I
right.
don't do hair. But I'm very, very familiar with the industry, and I'm very familiar with some of the things that people who that's their passion,
Mhm.
where they struggle with creating financial abundance. And so I'm really excited to get the opportunity to come and talk to your people about this.
Now, the people that you work with, because we've had 18 months of dealing with a
Yeah.
C word,
Yes.
has that created any blockages or frustrations, or have you had to change or dig a little bit deeper to kind of get over that roadblock? Or or have you just like, no, that's not a roadblock, don't even let that into your space?
Yeah, I mean, that latter part is really it for me. I think that what I've observed, so people that I serve, what I've observed is that their desire is actually stronger than ever, right? Because the last 18 months showed, what kind of life do I really want to be living, And so they're actually tapping deeper into, what do I want my business to look like, my work to look like, my vacations to look like? What do I really want from life? And so
Mhm.
I find that people are like, it is, show me how to get it, Tasha. I'm ready. I'm more ready than ever. And, there's always going to be a small percentage who really want to look at, I call it an appearance. So they want to look at what seems to be happening in the world and use that to say, I can't have this. And I'm really passionate about saying, this is not the time. This is not the time. Whatever we do right now, I talk a lot about response, right? So a world event has happened. We cannot deny it. I would love to live in my little bubble and
Mhm.
say that that never happened, but it has. So every single one of us has a choice, though. Like, that has happened. There are people, Denise, who made a lot more money than before it happened. And there are people who ended up a lot worse off. Same exact economic situation, same exact world, same exact everything. Why do these people thrive and make more money than before? I'm one of those people, and some people not. And it's very simple. It's not different for these people or this people. It's just that these people, they think differently. They look at what happened and they say, all right, how am I going to respond?
Mhm.
Am I going to make this an excuse for why I shrink, or am I going to get creative? Am I going to be relentless? Am I going to, really question, what do I really want from life and go after it now? Those are the people that thrived, and I'm really excited to talk to the people who want to be thriving,
Well,
because yeah.
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they said, how many of you are crying out of desperation or determination?
Mhm.
It's okay to cry,
Mhm.
because we all do it.
Mhm.
But are
Absolutely.
you going underneath the covers and crying out of desperation, like, oh, woe is me, the world is coming to an end, nothing good is ever going to happen? Or are you crying because you're going to dig in and do it out of determination? And
Yeah.
I thought that was so powerful,
Absolutely.
because think about, like, I just had a wedding that my oldest daughter, we last week, and I cried, but it wasn't out of desperation, and it was out of joy and celebration, because our family has gone through so much. The
Mm.
journey has just, it's been tough, but it's just like, again, this little engine that just keeps on going. So it's not like
Mm.
things have been gifted, it's been a determination. And this child, a friend of mine who was at the wedding, she was crying, and she looked at another friend of mine that was crying, and she goes, Denise, most people don't realize that this child kept Denise up at night worrying if she was going to live, because
Wow.
of the things. And so here I am walking her down the aisle because her dad isn't there, because he's,
Right.
and I'm
Mm.
just thinking, we did it. I just wanted to take her hand and go, yes, we made it. So I just want to encourage everyone that's watching today. And Tasha, I want to say, thank you, because you've been, giving me little tidbits and nuggets. And I'm like, oh, wait, I do need to rethink this, because you do talk about trauma with
Yeah.
money. And, we can go on and talk about lots of traumas that have happened, but there's also financial traumas. And because of the way you've addressed it, I've had to change my mindset. And again, those tears of desperation have now turned into tears of determination.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really is, I think about this, and I love that you say we're all experiencing life, and we've all, this past 18 months, had moments where we've, known of someone that we lost, or
Yeah.
someone who's been impacted, or someone who's, we all have the emotional thing. But I love what you said about, because I do this. Let me tell you, I've fallen to my knees in prayer during these last 18 months. And it has not been, God, woe is me, or make it easier. It has been, please show me the way to the better future, the better life, the easier, the solution to this problem. And one of the things that I really get excited about in coming out to share with your people this weekend is this idea that we have the power of God within us, ready to do the impossible. What we feel in this moment is like, Tasha and Denise, there's something in my heart that I want. I want to achieve for myself. I want to grow my business in this way. I want to be able to have this kind of financial life for my family. And I think about it and I dream about it, but I don't know how. I
Mhm.
don't know how. And I'm really excited. This is one of the things I love to do, is to show you that you don't even need to know how. That is the truth. Like, I'm going to show you how to create what I call a manifested business plan, right? How to just tap into your dreams and document it and express faith and gratitude that it is done. And then you get to come back to the next NASNPRO event and go, oh my gosh, this happened and this happened and this happened. That's what I live for. And I know you two you do too, Denise, because that's what we're all about, right? We're in service to people's higher good and their success.
Well, the other thing that I learned from you, which I thought was so life-changing. So many of us have manifestation dream boards, and you have one that you were telling me earlier that something came about regarding Arizona.
Yes. Oh, that's so funny. So people typically do vision boards. In my community, we call it a manifested board. And if you come out to Arizona, surprise, surprise, might get one. So I call it a manifested board, and I have one for different areas of my life. So one for my life in general, one for my business, and I even have a specific one just for money. But this particular one for my life, it sits in my bedroom and it sits right at my bedroom door. So when I wake up every morning, there it is in front of me. And as I was creating it last year, out of nowhere, I put at the very top, I will show you, Denise, the board is completely full. The board is full. And it was almost like a last minute thing. I got inspired, cut out the Bell Rock in Arizona, right? And so I cut it out. I was like, oh, I've always wanted to go to Arizona. So it didn't seem so far-fetched. I stuck it on the very top and forgot about it. And then, like, within a few weeks after I did that, you messaged me and asked, hey, would you like to come talk, at the NASNPRO event in Phoenix? I just laughed my head off. I was like, well, there you go. Easy and relaxed, which is what I love to do. So if I can do that for my life, you best believe I do it for my business. And that's what I want to show everyone how to do, how to create success like that. And I'm not saying you don't have to work or you don't have to do anything. But what I want to show you is there is this power within you that can make this stuff come into your business and your life so much easier than you struggling and fretting and worrying if you just tapped into it, right? And so I'm excited to show you guys how to do that for your 2022 success in your money and your business.
Well, and I saw this work. I had 2 years ago gone to Australia with my family to visit my son. Well, about a year later, you know how on your memories it scrolls up?
Yes.
On January 1st, the following year, my memories of this picture said Sydney, Australia, and it had a picture of the Opera House and all these fireworks. And I went, and I looked at the memory, and I had posted that as a Happy New Year 12 years ago.
Wow.
The interesting thing is the Airbnb that we had rented as a family, we had gone to the rooftop. So that very memory, I actually have a picture of, very similar, looking at the Sydney Opera House and the fireworks. And then, I had been watching one of your broadcasts about dating things. I'm like, gosh darn it, I wish I would have dated that earlier. It took me a whole freaking 12 years to get to Australia to visit my son. And I'm like, so again, that's just a little tidbit that I've learned from you about just don't throw things out to the wind. Have a date.
Yeah.
Putting it on it, even if it seems, like a new car, and it's not always about the material things. And I always say, look, you cannot be successful. You cannot look like success. You're not, the bumper sticker on the beat up truck that says, I have, this is, this is it. Jesus is my provider.
Right.
And really, they can barely get their car started. It's beat up. And yet to somebody else who maybe only has a bike, they would love to have that beat up truck. So It's all about, perception. It's not about material things, but I look at things as, okay, if I have a car, then I can go pick somebody up and take them to the grocery store or take them to church or pick them up to go to a NASNPRO event, which we did in Georgia. I wound up picking up someone. So, don't always think that it's, just about material. It's like, how are we using this tool to, again, help serve others in what we do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited you're here.
I mean, I was thinking about one of the things that I'm going to talk about at the event too is, this two things really that people don't think about in terms of how can I serve at my highest level, right? And Because the bottom line is, I know that anyone who's in a service-based business, I know their heart, right? And
Mhm.
us people where we serve and we come from serving, the thing that makes us light up is when our clients have some kind of transformation or some result or some, they actually walk out different than when they came in before.
Yeah.
When they
Mhm.
came in, and we love that. And so the thing though is that we have our own internal things that tend to get in the way of us being able to serve in our highest capacity. And so I always say, if I come in to work today at 10%, my client gets to leave with only 10% of what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not going to make me feel amazing. So, what I want to talk and share with everyone and just have this incredible conversation around at the event is how can we, part of becoming more successful in the next 12 months is really working on our own value,
Mhm.
right? So that we go into serving our clients from our highest place and really amplifying how do we value ourselves so it shows up for our clients. I always say you want to increase the value of your services, increase your self value, right? And so I'm really excited to talk to others about that. And like you said, it's all about perception. Sometimes we'll look at other people in business and go, man, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Which is a recipe for suffering. Let me just say right there. It is a recipe for suffering. I have learned that I can sit in that thought and judge myself for hours
Mhm.
and days and months, or I can go, I'm just going to be the best Tasha that I can be.
And I think that we are harder on ourselves than anyone who could
Absolutely.
ever throw those stones of judgment.
Yeah.
Um, Several years ago, I was speaking at a trade show, and I didn't feel like I had done a great job. I walked off, and I just like, oh, I didn't hit it.
Yeah.
4 months later, I got the video clip of my presentation, and I looked at my late husband, and I was like, "That was really good." He goes, "I told you." That for 4 months, I had been beating myself up, going, "I missed this. I didn't say this." And it was all this perception of I flubbed it up, and I
Yeah.
didn't. And
Yeah.
so it is interesting how our own mind and our thoughts and judgments get in our own way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting. I love that story.
So we were talking about that we don't want, and part of what we do at NASNPRO is our membership is complimentary. And it
Okay.
has been like that since we started it. And part of that reason was, I saw that other organizations were charging these astronomical prices to become a member or to get access to knowledge. And
Yeah.
I wanted to take the barriers down. And
Hmm.
so you and I were talking earlier, and you're like, wait a minute, I will make certain that we can remove any barriers from what two people.
Yes.
They've been struggling.
Yes.
Maybe they're just, they're on the fence about coming. And I just want to say, look, NASM Pro is an amazing opportunity to not only, yes, get great products and tap into amazing vendors. By the way, we don't partner with MLM companies, so it is professional products for spas and salons. But if you've been feeling discouraged and you need a little hope, Tasha, can you give them a little hope?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to give you two things. You definitely want to come get one of my hugs. They're magical. And Denise, thank you for giving me the opportunity. If you are sitting there right now and you're like, should I go? I don't know the time away from my business, or is this really right for me? Or whatever your mind is working through and questioning if this is the right event for you. I can tell you this. Every time I've put myself out there and I put myself in a space where there are other people who are facing the same challenges as me, they understand me, they get it, and there are people there who will motivate me and inspire me to see outside of myself and dream again and live a bigger life. And here's the thing, when you're sitting there by yourself, you're in your own little box worrying about your own stuff, your own little things, right? And in that space, you can't see the solution. So the best gift you could give yourself is to find a place where you can be around people who will take you out of the box. And just imagine if you spent 1 year by yourself worrying about what to do in your business, how to get better, or you spent a day or two with people who can give you the exact things you need to do. Like that is, talk about fast and getting yourself out of the way, you know? So I would love to give away 2 tickets to this event in Phoenix. Um, I I can't wait to see who chooses to say yes to themselves, yes to a better future, yes to being in a positive, happy environment. And here's what I want you to do. If you want to take a stand for you, I want you to type my gift to you. We're going to give away 2 tickets to the first people who type me in the comments. Go ahead and type me, and I will organize with Denise to give you complimentary tickets to this event. And you get to see me. And we get to do a business manifested board. We get to play with money. So come on.
All right, so you heard it. Tasha is, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of me's. So, you know,
Yay!
do me. And, you know, if we will get the ticket to you, don't worry about it. But if you can drive, fly, you know, get on a motorcycle, however you can get to the NASNPRO event, type in me, because you know what? You deserve this.
Yeah.
There is nothing more special to being around like-minded people that uplift, that support, that encourage, and give you true knowledge, not just fluffinators.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we've been through it. And I think that's one thing, you know, I don't have a golden, you know, no one gave me this golden spoon to have all of this stuff. I've worked very hard. And I know Tasha, you did it, you weren't born into money, were you?
No.
Okay. And I
No.
think there's even a bankruptcy story in your
Yeah.
journey. And
Absolutely.
a divorce, right?
Yeah. All I had all the things, all of them.
You name it. I feel like too. I'm like, you know, I'm like, yep, check. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, check. You know, so all of these things. So as an esthetician, we, as a cosmetologist, massage therapist, we give, but I want you to give to yourself. Take the time out to not just feed your mind, not just feed your body because lunch is included,
Wow.
but we want to truly help you be the best that you can be. So, Tasha, thank you for that gift. Thank
You are
you. I
very
can't
welcome.
wait to see you. I'm going to get one of those big old hugs because they are truly magical. I know in Florida you didn't have a dry eye in the house. I mean, there was, but it was again tears of joy and tears of realization of so much of the stuff that we do wrong or that we don't even know that we're doing. That's
Yeah.
causing the blockages.
Yeah. You know, somebody said to me at the end of it, I have goosebumps. I mean, I wish you guys could see it. At the end of your event in Florida, and I came out of the room like, wow, everyone's crying. And I was like, what did I do wrong? Almost, you know, like every single person was crying. And then people started coming up to me and explaining. And what they said, I can still feel it in my body was, wow, we have been feeling so hopeless
Yeah.
because of these circumstances and these times. And man, you just one lady said it's like we've been living in dry times, you know, when the earth when it's barren and dry. And she's like, you literally just rained water down and we're starting to, we can see sprouts, you know, of what's possible for us. Like I mean, the gift of that alone is worth the attendance to me.
Well, and you know, there's a scripture that says, hope deferred. So when you have no vision,
Hmm.
and did you know that heartbreak is such a factor of when it can be business heartbreak, marriage heartbreak, what or just but hope actually hopelessness settles in as heartbreak
Yeah.
causes aging,
Mm.
causes heart attacks,
Mm.
causes your literally the synovial fluid in your body to dry up.
Wow.
So again, this is such an impactful event. You don't want to miss it. So, and we need to have that hope. So thank you for being a hope changer, a hope maker, and coming to NASNPRO because you
You
are
are
the ultimate NASNPRO member.
I love it. You are welcome. And I see so many me's. So remember, still get yourself out there. Like Denise said, give this gift to yourself. Type me to get your chance to get one of the complimentary tickets to come to this event. You deserve it. You deserve it. Yeah.
All right, my dear. I know you have a
Mwah.
very busy day. Safe travels. We will see you in Arizona. But wait, we have one more person to talk to. I'm so excited to bring on Stephanie Holvik from RN Faces. Many of you know her. Let's just double check that she is back in the green room. Oh, there she is. Yay. Hello, beautiful Stephanie. How are you today? We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Stephanie, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you turn your volume up? Check your volume. Oh no. So we'll get back to her in a moment. Let me just check my phone. But I hope that all of you I just need to take a deep breath. And I hope you can take a deep breath with me. Just let's do it collectively together. Breathe in and breathe out. Because I know so many of you have reached out and have been struggling, and for lots of reasons. Some of it's personal, some of it's professional. And I know it's hard to get out there on your own, but I implore you to come to our events. They are truly life changing. When in Atlanta, I had several people afterwards just say, I so needed to come. We've been cooped up. We have been even almost fearful of going out and going to trade shows, going to conferences, going to events. But we need an infusion of being together and safely, of course. And I can tell you that we're giving away hand sanitizers when everyone walks in. We do the temperature checks. We want to make certain that, we are creating that safe, clean environment. But energetically, I don't know about you, but there's been a pull that has been a struggle, and I'm tired of struggling. And to have somebody of Tasha's caliber come and speak with us, she charges up to $25,000 for a private consultation. So for us to be able to tap into her knowledge base to see how we can move forward into 2022, along with all of our other speakers, Michael Tompkins from Hutchinson Consulting, he is
Okay. Where were we?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can hear
I
me?
love retrograde. My computer just completely went off. I just didn't even give me any warning or whatsoever. So everyone that's watching, thank you so much. Now, for some reason, I'm not hearing Stephanie.
Oh, you can't hear me now?
So can everyone else hear Stephanie?
My microphone is
I'm just
on.
going to ask my technical people and see. So
Yes.
Stephanie, oh, I wonder why I can't. All right, well, you know what, Stephanie, I'm just going to let you talk. If you can say and tell us about your presentation, and you have something special also to give away too today.
Well, partially today and at NASNPRO on Monday. For those of you that don't know me, you might be tuning in for the first time because we've had a lot of new members come in. I'm Stephanie Halvik. I'm a registered nurse and owner of RN Faces. I've been with NASNPRO since 2017, and we're going back to Arizona, which this is, I think, my 4th trip back. So I'm super excited to see all my peeps this Monday. And I love NASNPRO for all the reasons that you heard Tasha talk about and Denise. It's a small, intimate gathering where we can really get to know each other, get back together again every year. But this year, I'm speaking on is super near and dear to my heart. It really runs parallel with my business, my practice, and many of yours as well. We're all in the skin industry, most of us at least, and even those that aren't in the skin industry, but in the beauty industry, really need to know how to detect, not diagnose, melanoma in the treatment room. And so we do these. We have lamps, magnifiers, derm 100s. We have different ways, even just having that. I'll talk more about it on Monday, the ugly duckling syndrome. Those types of things help us detect melanoma for our clients. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Patricia and Meredith. It's great to see everybody. Well, during the event, yes, I am giving away Derm Light. And for those of you who know me, I use in many of my trainings. Again, not to diagnose, but to detect melanoma. We can look at minor skin or anything that our client has with this device. Every dermatologist has one of these in their pockets, and a lot of estheticians. Clients love it when you give them the once over. If you want them to feel like you are when you're examining, one of my favorite ways. And this retails for $249 in my store, but $35. So really high-end piece of equipment that I think every esthetician should have. So I'll show you how we use it, and I'm going to show you how DermLight DL100, beautiful US company, actually partners with me in order to give you the very best pictures, videos, how this works, any facets of the dermatology work. It does look like maybe some connection issues, sure, but I'm still going to go here. I think we're all getting a little wonky, but I'm going to be really happy it works. My Illuminate LED panel and my DermLight DL100. Are any questions, comments at NASN, they'll be able to win one of these. I want to give all our NASN pros the ability to win a DermLight DL100. I will post where you can send us your name so I can put you on our wheel. And I'll spin that wheel Monday, during NASNPRO, and the person that actually wins it can simply send me their information, and my assistant will send the derm light to you. So this way, besides just those at the event, community of NASNPRO to be able to use this. And of course, even if you're not there, the presentations are videoed, and also the slideshow that I'll provide with lots of video links, so you could go back at your leisure, even if you're not at the event, and learn all about the DL100, how to use it in your practice, whether you could use the Skin Classic. Obviously, we do that all the time, but maybe you do tattoo removal and you need to see the depth of tattooing, or you do hair restoration and you want to quantify the exact amount of hair within a certain area and see the new vellus hair grow. There's lots of different ways you can use this as an attendee. Also want someone at the event to win, in the world to win as well. So I'm not sure if everybody's seeing me, hearing me. Maybe?
Yeah, you have been going in and out a little bit, Stephanie. So tell us where we can sign up, or maybe you can type, look in the comments, how do we win the derm light? We're going to be putting our name on a wheel, but how do we get our name to you?
I will in this group so that you'll have the link to my Facebook page where you'll be able to. But my Facebook page is RN Faces. But for those of you who make in the group so that you'll over.
So she's
A lot of
Stephanie's going to
hubbub
make a
trying
link
to get
and post it in our group. So watch for that, and then she's also in the comments going to type in. But she said it was storming really bad where she is. And if you don't know Stephanie, she's an RN. She's a registered nurse. She travels and trains all over the United States to not just estheticians, but also speaks at nursing conventions. So again, we're bringing in someone to our event to really share and showcase their expertise. But she was like, Denise, I really want to make certain that we do something special for NASNPRO. NASNPRO, we have given her the ability to showcase her machine. And she's like, I want to give back. And she's like, as a diamond sponsor, I want to purchase 5 tickets to 5 estheticians or spa owners that may be on the fence about coming. And as if you have been watching or rewatch Tasha's, you deserve to attend this event. You deserve to be able to go and get some demonstrations. One of the first things when I met Stephanie, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm listening, but I have some spots. I actually gave her my body and had her work on me. And therefore, I wound up purchasing a Skin Classic. And that's a lot of the things that, I want to, as an esthetician, see, feel, touch, maybe even taste, okay, if it's possible. I really want to know that these devices, machines work. And so I can tell you that a lot of the things that we have at our events, I purchased or I used personally. So with that said, and again, I'm an esthetician for over 30 years. I don't want fluff and pluff stuff. I want things that are really going to work. And I also want to work with partners that are going to support me in my business. It's nice to have a pretty bottle of product, but if that company doesn't offer resources and education and are really out there to be supportive of my business, I don't want to partner with them. So we work with companies like Cosmetics, DMK, RN Faces, LaFleur, EpiStep, companies that really are here for you. And they're going to be at the Arizona event. Kaylin Jutras, Herbal Skin Solutions, again, another esthetician with a lot of heart that has just impacted a lot of estheticians. She's going to be there in Arizona. So collectively, We want to help you not just finish up strong in the last quarter of 2021, but to thrive and flourish into 2022. So if you are on the fence and if you feel that you just need to be at this event, but you're like, I'm struggling, Denise. I don't know even how I can get there. Type me and we'll make certain that Stephanie gets you a ticket because she is going to personally give away 5 tickets. So type me if you want to be at the Arizona event. You can get there plane, train, car. So you will have an opportunity to speak with Stephanie, and she can show you how to do some phenomenal things in the treatment room. You can learn from Dr. Lakonda as a chief scientific officer, because I can tell you there's a lot of not correct things in our industry that people talk about, especially when it comes to ingredients. And his knowledge is just phenomenal. I mean, in Boston, he spoke, and I kept getting closer and closer to the stage because I was hearing, and I'm like, and I stopped myself going, wait a minute, the sound is coming up from the speakers. Like, why am I getting closer to the stage to hear? And I was like taking notes. And that's the type of presentations and knowledge that you receive when you go to our events. And by the way, they are COA approved, which means the Commission of Education through NCEA has approved all of our presentations, and you receive a certificate that gives you the 2 CEs. So if you are an NCEA certified esthetician, you need to have continuing education. Guess what? You can get your CEs through NASNPRO. So we hope to see you at our upcoming Arizona event this Monday, October 18th, or if you're in Texas, November 1st. We're going to have Gina Rivera, who's been featured on Undercover Boss. She's the owner of Phoenix Salon Studios, and her family collectively has over 90 years of cosmetology expertise. So she knows a thing or two about struggles and challenges and overcoming. And again, Texas, our presentations, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But if you can come to the Arizona event, Tasha and Stephanie from RN Faces want to take away any blockages so that you can attend. So type in me if you want to go. We will make certain that you have the opportunity to be able to get there. So with that said, I am excited to just know that NASNPRO is working hard for you. We have some exciting things for 2022. I posted in our group where we're going next year. And also, I always want to say every Monday, the first Monday of the month next year, we're going to do virtual education because that is near and dear to my heart. I would not have done the things that I've done in my career if there wouldn't have been someone for mentoring and also learning. And I've done some wacky things when it's come to, I went to Australia to learn, become a beauty therapist. But I just know that when you level up your career, the foundation is education. And that's what we offer. So I'm so grateful that you're a part of our community. I'm so grateful that we can give you the resources, the benefits, the discounts, and able to truly tap in to quality vendors that are here to support you. So thank you for doing everything that you do each and every day that serves your community. You go out there and you work on your clients, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Field, Tom, Rachel, Sabrina, whatever your clients' names are. You are putting 100% into your community. and sowing seeds of greatness. And that's what we want to do. We are your organization that is behind you, cheering you on, and knowing that you can be the best that you can be. So thank you for being a NASNPRO. If you need anything, please DM me, reach out to me, and I hope you just all have an amazing and blessed day.